Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. It is Pharaoh, and today we're going to be doing a Zero to Hero guide. So, I turn everything on my channel onto a guide. I don't know why it has to be that way, but something in my brain makes me want to do that. So, this will be episode 1, Zero to Hero here. We are level 24 already, but even at level 24, there's still things to unlock. Ember Trek unlocks at 25, Ethernet Rally at 40. Some of this stuff just unlocked, and we can look through it here. But really, up until level 25, all you're going to be doing is following the hyperlink charters in here. So you want to do all 4 of them, really. Whenever you get stuck on one, just go to the next, and then the next, and then the next, and just keep moving around. Sometimes they'll have things that line up where it's the exact same quest, like in here. I don't know if I can go back and look. Yeah, so Trial 1, defeat Doki Doki 2 on normal. And then somewhere in here I thought it was the same thing. Maybe it was in 1, Star 1. Yeah, defeat Doki Doki 2 on normal. So sometimes the missions will be exactly the same and you can line them up, but a lot of the time they are just slightly different or tweaked. And a lot of them are challenges like this where defeat one thing 10 on, this difficulty or higher 10 times, or defeat this boss, or upgrade this animus or whatever else. So yeah, so you can move through these and then around, so between level 7 and 10 you're going to have an issue where you're not going to have anything to do really other than follow these. And if you can't do these, what you will want to do anytime you can't follow a hyperlink charter quest or do the story in here, if you can't do either of those things, you'll want to come into challenge and you'll want to farm shells on the hardest one that you can. So if you can do Shadowrunner hard, do that. When you're between 7 and 10, it's likely going to be this one on hard you're going to do. But if you can't quite do hard, you might actually just be able to put some shells on, upgrade some shells, put some different modules onto your stuff, and then you'd be able to do hard. This is very easy to get hard done. But if you can do Shadowrunner, I would do that instead. And do that on hard, not normal for this one. You definitely want to do hard because there's this thing, Unbridled Science. After the owner takes action, increases their turn meter by 30%. That's on a 4-turn cooldown. And it's just a great skill. It's just a great thing to have, an extra thing to bring into your team to get extra turn meter. So that's pretty big there. This one helps with healing, increases the healing results, so outstanding for like a Sanya. And we'll go over some of the heroes, or the animus is what they're called in this game, in a moment. But yeah, these shells have different effects that help a lot. Some are for helping support, some are for attacking. I should say this Unbridled Science one, this can literally go on anything, even damage dealers. This is going to be totally fine on earlier on. And then once you start opening more of these up, you'll have better things like Patty here. She has this panda thing on hard mode. That's just better for attackers, generally speaking, than probably the Unbridled Science one is. But really, you're just farming this stuff, because then you can recycle. Even these ones you could recycle if you wanted to. If you had them, up to 3-star level 30, you could just recycle any other ones you wouldn't need. So once you get here, you're only going to want purples anyway, or they're called unique. But the blues you can all get rid of. And then some of these are really not too great either. But yeah, you'll want to come in here and farm this stuff up, because the only way to level up in this game is to, I think it's the only way, maybe Arena gives some XP, but the main way you're going to boost your account in terms of levels is simply by farming. So every experience point here is worth 1 of these points here, and these are your like stability is what it's called in this game. It says stamina here. Stamina, stability, whatever you want to call it, is this stuff. So in a lot of the content, it's 5. In the adventure chapter stuff, it's 5 per fight, and then in the challenges, it's 10 per fight, generally speaking. So every successful run is 10 more XP here, and then it's 5 XP in that story mode. Yeah, so you'll want to farm that through to level 10, and then you'll unlock more story here, and then around 11 you might get through the story and you might be about level 11 and you might get stuck again, go back to your hyperlink charters, get more of that stuff done. When you get stuck there, go in and do some of the challenges. Here, we'll get to that in a moment. Come back and do challenges about between 11 and 13. And I would do threshold here. I would do a couple of these, see how far you can push to maybe 10 or 20 runs if you can do Terramaton hard 1 to get a little bit of some higher level modules. And then doing investigation is okay as well. I said on the first video that I did on this game to not do too much of this. I would still generally follow that. I didn't start farming in here until I was about level 22, I think. I was around level 22 or 23. And I've started farming in here more so that I can get stuff leveled up faster. But I'll show why that's something you're going to want to wait to do a little later. Make sure you're going through and clearing it, though. As soon as you open it, you might as well go through and clear it, get the free rewards. Like I could clear these, I just haven't yet. I think I could do 19 and 18 and 19, maybe not 20 yet, though. I haven't cleared the main quest, but yeah. So yeah, you don't want to do a ton of this. A little bit is okay, but really you want to be farming more in shell drops, and then a little bit in threshold is okay. But also GP outpost is great. So in here, earlier on, you're only going to have 1, 2, and 3 unlocked. So just farm 3, and you'll get these normal materials here, and these are for skill ups actually. So now that we've gone through these main 4 here, I'll go in and show you guys what that looks like in the Animus. So we'll start with the module or the shells, the shell dungeon. So shell, even here, I have Unbridled Science on my Leanne. I think I just put modules back onto her anyway, but yeah, she has this shell on, and I empowered it up to 30 and leveled it up or whatever. And this thing gives 16 speed, it gives 100 attack, 130 defense, 1700 HP. So this thing on its own is pretty good. So let's take Leanne, and she's at level 32. Let's go to level 33 then. That'll get me there faster. Okay, so we got there, upgrade that. So we went up 1 level, speed stayed the same. We got 4 attack, 2 defense, and what is that, 24 health? So, yeah, I think that's 24 health. So literally 4 attack, 2 defense, 24 health. So basically no stats at all for leveling up. And it's not that much different going from 1 to like 15 either, or 1 to 18. Like, the stat gain is so small from leveling up. Obviously, you want to do it. You definitely need to get that done. But just these shells on their own, going into the Grim Pursuit dungeon and getting shells and farming those up earlier on and getting all these extra stats is so much more valuable. Because leveling these up is going to be a lot easier, especially early on. Farming this stuff is fine. You're only going to be building like 5 or 6 shells anyway. You can only use 5 Animus in a single dungeon anyway. A lot of them are 4 Animus at a time. So yeah, getting these up is a massive, massive boost. You get the speed, you get the attack, and more HP, more defense, that stuff. So what would this be? We got 2 defense on Leanne for leveling her up from 32 to 33. So how many levels would that be? What, like 81 levels? That would be like leveling up Leanne 81 times, just having, this one on. She has a different one. It's 130. This would be like leveling her up 65 times. And the level cap is 45 for 5 stars. So that's just showing this. But that's just to show you guys how important and how much of a stat boost these shells actually bring in. It is a massive part of this game. And these extra skills are great to have on them too. So we'll look at modules now. For the most part, you'll have Onslaught is good. I'm playing around with Harvest a little bit, but what I'm finding with Harvest, this is something you get from Doki Doki. It goes to 8 in total, and it's only 10% extra attack. And then when attacking, if the target's HP is above 50%, ignores extra defense. So this is pretty good for Arena, pretty good for PvP, but not very good for PvE. So farming your Grim Pursuits, farming your Thresholds, your GP Outposts. Well, actually, GP Outposts might be okay if you're just bursting through them anyway. But yeah, definitely Onslaught is better. And this is something you get from Terramaton. So they look very similar. Harvest is these little like like bullseye, like little accuracy emblems here. And then onslaught is kind of like a, I don't know, an angry snowman face or something. I don't know what these are, like a meteor hitting the ground. Something like that. So onslaught is better. You're getting that from Terramaton, and Terramaton is easier to farm than Doki Doki anyway. But Doki Doki has these speed pieces here, but I'll show that. I'll go back to those and show those in a minute. But yeah, and then the other thing about modules is you see these little emblems. There's one here on this piece, this module, 2 pieces here. This directly affects how many, like how far you go in the set. So we have 5 pieces here, whereas if you're from Epic 7 or Summoner's War or Raid or a lot of other gacha games, this is going to be like, why would you put 5 pieces on one character and then 1 off piece? Because it's not like this is like a 1 piece that gives you some extra bonus for just being a 1 piece. The reason I did this is because if you count them all together, you got 2 here, 4, 6, 8, and you need 8 of them to get the maximum bonus for the harvest set. So these up here directly increase the value or get you to that next level for the effect on the gear you have. So that's that there. But if you look at Onslaught, the reason I'm calling this just a lot better is you can get to 12 easier. You can get 6 pieces with 2 of these somewhat easily just from farming hard 1 even normal 3 you could get these with 2 pieces. It would be these because it's Onslaught, but yeah, and you're getting 25% or 10% here, so it's the same as harvest on the 4 piece. But then when you get farther in, Onslaught at 8, and then there's no harvest for 12, but there is a 12 for Onslaught where you're getting 45% attack. So over the course of longer battles, PvE battles, this is going to be so much more valuable than this skill is here. This would only be better for PvP. So Onslaught, the better set early on. But these are just little micro things I'm picking up and throwing in here for you guys, just to try to get you into the mindset of, read the modules, look at the sets, look at the actual bonuses you're getting from emblems, and make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of what you're actually putting on your champions here. So now that we're through that, we had the Animus XP thing next. That just gives you these tiles to level up your Animus here. And then Prowess is the 4th area, the GP outpost. So in the middle here, these are actually duplicates. So if we have a duplicate maybe for this, yeah, I can show you guys here. My Sonya is almost max duped then. She only needs 1 more dupe of herself to be maxed, and she will have the full effect. The dupe system in this game is great. Eventually you will be able to fully dupe multiple SSRs. All of your SRs should be pretty easy to dupe anyway. But yeah. And the nice thing is the stat difference isn't huge. It's a nice buff, but it's not a massive buff where whales are going to have a huge advantage in Arena early on. It'll be a little bit of an advantage for sure, but it won't be massive, and over time the free-to-plays will kind of catch up. And yeah, definitely still loving the free-to-play aspects of this game. I fully expect them to drop some more content. I would say after 3 or 4 months of the game, maybe even 6, maybe they'll wait longer, but there will be something that whales will have, that whales will start to get more of an advantage. You need people spending money in your game for you to have a game, so they will find that fine line where free-to-plays are happy, but also whales are feeling like they're getting a little more for their money. So there's that. Personally, I'm free-to-play so far. I might spend, I'm not sure yet. But yeah. And then something to talk about in these skill-ups. When you're farming GP Outpost, you're getting these little things here. In 1, 2, and 3, you can only get these. But once you get 4, 5, and 6, you start getting these ones here. So you can get through to skill 3. So for me, I have put my skill-ups into Didding. He's a great character, amazing DPS. Gray is also a great place to put your skill-ups. Sonya could be. I would personally go for Gray or Didding over Sonya, because I would recommend going for Freya. Now the Freya banner is only open for a couple more days, so if you don't get Freya, Sonya likely will just be taking that role for the most part. There's also another SSR called Ling Luo that we'll look at that you get for free after 7 days, as long as you do the challenges. So yeah, I'm just stuck with Didding to getting to 4. I want to get him to level 4 so that he has a follow-up chance attack of 100%, and then 5 reduces the skill cooldown. So personally for me, I would recommend just going through doing one full skill on a champion, and then if you need that champion for something else, then go into the second skill, do that. Go into the third skill, do that. Now, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying that a lot of them you want to work on one character at a time. You don't want to split it up a bunch. So for me, I'll be doing Didding to the maxing out the third skill here. I might come back and put it into here as well, because this his second skill is just pretty nasty. His passive makes him a massive damage dealer. But then the first skill, you come around here and it's like, well, maybe we just go ahead and do the first one here, because you're still getting all these extra stats here just for using the most basic chips, and then you don't have to use these lattice pieces. So this would be like, I think I said it in the last video, this would be like your Devilmon or your Molagora or your books or whatever. You know, I'm assuming most people playing this game have played Summoner's War, Epic 7, or Raid, or all three. So you should be somewhat familiar with some of the terms I'm using at least. But yeah, these two are great SSRs. Sanya is outstanding as well. There are other notable SSRs. Kraken is a good one for Doki Doki, which is an important dungeon to get into. I personally have been really happy with Rin. Rin has been pretty good really early on for helping with Terramaton, because she's got the defense up on the shield. So if you don't get Freya, this is a great option for increasing defense and shielding, as well as decreasing attack on the Terramaton boss. So I think she's pretty good, honestly, and she can taunt the boss and the ads, I think, the side ads. Pretty sure she can. Maybe she can't. I'm not 100% sure. I think she can taunt at least the side ad that attacks you in Terramaton, but yeah, so she's like an honorable mention that I don't hear many people talking about. But yeah, Kraken can be great for Doki Doki. Marvel is a great PvP unit for the most part. Valerian is a great unit. Brings buffs that you don't have for your team and shield. Invincibility, can sleep stuff. Viper's a great unit for dispelling buffs and decreasing attack and speed. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Kachi is good for increased defense, immunity, decreasing speed, crit rate on enemies. This one here is going to be extremely good for Doki Doki. A lot of people are going to be building her early on as well. Decreases attack and puts things to sleep on all 3 skills. Very nasty there. I will be building her myself as well once I get harder into that. But yeah, now that we've gone through kind of what they actually do physically to the Animus, we're going to get back in here. So Terramaton and Doki Doki I've been saying a lot. So these are your module piece dungeons here. In Terramaton Hard, you can get Onslaught, of course, which I showed. You can get Cure, which gives you HP and increases healing effect. You can get Wellspring as well, so this just raises your base HP for your unit. And then there's more Onslaught there, I think, yeah. So those are the 3 that are in there. Doki Doki has Swift Rush, which gives you a bunch of speed. This is going to be the best set for most of the units in the game, early on at least. I think there are later sets here. I don't know if we can look at them. I think we can. Swift Rush. This isn't yeah, that's not that one. Is it in Hell mode we start getting that? So Time Weave has accuracy effect, and at the start of the turn there's a chance to reduce the cooldown of all Animus skills by 1 turn. This is going to be a pretty big set, I would imagine, as well. And as you can see here, we start getting +6 pieces. So you can start mixing and matching your pieces together in a more traditional sense, like we're used to in other games. I'm really happy they did this. They have this feature. Swift Rush does stay the same. I thought there was one more. Okay, there's 2 more in here. Okay, Swift Raid. So this one gives you 15 speed and 20 attack, and that is a 6-piece right there. And then we have Evol Guard healing effect up and effect resistance up. So this one is going to be really great for attackers, where you can put on Onslaught 4 pieces, and then when you get 3 emblems per piece, you can have 4 of those for the 12-piece effect, and then Swift Raid for extra attack and then more speed on your attackers, stuff like that. So I really love the module system in this game, how they're fitting together these set effects. They've really put a lot of thought into the actual like development and furtherment of the game moving forward. So that was a pretty big crash course. I think that was kind of a lot of information. This is just free stuff, nothing crazy here. Just go through it, get your free stuff. When you can't complete something, go back into the other parts of the game. Like it literally is just free stuff. I mean, this is just an extra shadow print to get stuff from 4-star to 5 stars, more gems. This is an icon for your account, an evolution piece for SRs. You got more stuff here. This is just all completely free. This doesn't even take energy. This is just like, hey, you got bored, you don't know what to do, you can come in here and just get free stuff. So awesome area there. Phantom Theater is like a team challenge. You're with one other person at least in co-op mode, and then you have to build teams and beat these things. Nothing crazy. Their cubic game is pretty self-explanatory, honestly. You just put these different pieces on and then attack different characters on the board. They give you things that you can use. Like in here, you've got these are available. So you would go ahead and you would throw something like, I don't know, we'll hit this one here, and then that increases the value of what you're getting back for rewards from these two. So confirm placement there, and yeah, so, and then you just battle them. Literally, you just battle them to get the rewards. It's not that difficult to figure out. Shell Story. This is super simple. You just roll dice around. I believe the dice recharge on their own, and then it's just free resources. Literally, it's just free resources. So, okay, I guess I don't care what it is. Just go for this one. Cool. I'll take it. So that's that stuff then. And then Ember Track is going to be, I believe this is like Trial of Ascension or Automaton or Doom Tower, stuff like that. Like a tower you're moving up to get free rewards here as well. And then you have unions in this game, which is important to join. Join whatever you can get into, whether it's good or not early on. So you can get check-in rewards, so I'm getting extra energy here to use. I'm getting these things as well. So what you do with those is you go into the Union Assist, and you will go ahead and you will help out your teammates with getting dupe fragments for their champions here. So if there's any fire thing here, great. I'm just putting in Leanne because everyone's putting in stuff that isn't fire, so me putting in an SSR that is fire, I'm guaranteed to get help from everyone because they're just going to be sitting on coins. They can't use them. Whereas like all this stuff is like green and blue. I would not recommend doing this, putting an SR in here. You will very, very easily get all the SSR dupe or the SR dupes you need. You should only be putting SSRs in here, in my opinion. So, and this is like your union boss. You just hit into this and get free rewards here each day. It looks like we got the kill chest on the first one. And then the union shop, you're getting a bunch of stuff in here. The summon shop, you get from summoning stuff. There's different things in here. The perfect lattice is outstanding to get. Buying out just a straight dupe for something is pretty cool too. The shadow prints are good. The animal apex prototypes are going to be more for maybe whales. Maybe even free-to-plays should consider this. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on what they do with the economy of these things. And then, again, the dupe is quite a strong thing to get. The arena shop, you can get stuff in here. Getting these orange shadow prints is extremely important, getting your stuff from 4 to 5 stars. 6-starring stuff is great for your damage dealers, but at least getting your supports to 5 stars is going to be pretty big too. And then the anima shop here is just more stuff you can buy. Like it'll just give you a straight up dupe, I would imagine, for your SSRs you have. If you buy this stuff, I'm not sure if it right out gives you the unit if you don't have it. I'm not sure about that. I would imagine it does, but it's hard to say. But anyway, from the union shop, you're going to want to be buying things out like the shadow prints, the red one, and all the orange ones. Getting the evolution lattice is big for your SRs. Getting these, you need to 100% you need to get these to get more perfect lattices every week as well. And then the animal prototypes, you might as well buy the whole thing out, but in terms of importance, the Shadow Prince and the Perfect Fragments first, then the Evolution Lattice for SRs, and then after that, or get both Evolution Lattices. And then after that, I would get the summons, and then you can just pick up this, and then Shadow Prince, and then XP or whatever. So yeah, a lot of free stuff in the game. It's a little hard early on to get the evolution pieces you need. You kind of just need to be willing to sit in Grim Pursuit and Threshold and just farm whatever you can and do a little GP outpost and just push through these things. Hold on to your stabilizers. Use the premium currency, these crystals here, for your refreshes instead. You can do 10 a day. I've never gotten to 10. I've used like 4 or 5 maybe is the most I've been able to play or get through, but yeah. Anyway, we can collect some of this free stuff. I'll show you guys what else you get. Ling Luo, this is the free SSR you get as long as you complete all these challenges. You know, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into 7, you'll get her for free. And then phase 2, you get a free SSR piece to pull some random SSR there as well. Achievements, well, you're just going to get a bunch of stuff in here. You don't need to worry too much about any of this. It'll happen on its own. Dailies, definitely do your dailies. That, of course, is important. Do your weeklies. Mine are already done, and it's Wednesday. So you can get those done very fast. Arena Realm. Once you open Arena, do Arena. Make sure you're using all of your tickets every day on that. You get rank up rewards. You get different things. This is a great place to get some more Shadow Prints to help get your stuff from 4 stars to 5 stars. And yeah, so I would say those Shadow Prints are hard to find early on, but once you get to level 20 and you're opening more things up, level 25, and you open a lot more stuff up, it'll be easier to find those. You'll be able to do your Union stuff, your Arena stuff to get more Shadow Prints to help, evolve stuff up. But yeah, the most important thing is if you're stuck, just farm Grim Pursuit or farm Threshold. Farm one or the other. Grim Pursuit is seen as better. Just farm something. Just run through energy, burn energy, and make sure you're getting up to that next level. Use all your energy. But again, save these because there's going to be 2 times events where you're going to want to use those. Just use these if you want to refresh. So yeah, I think that's a lot of it. A lot of what you'd be going through there. So we're going to come into here and hopefully pull Freya here quickly. I don't want to have to go all the way to pity, but that seems to have been happening on this account. I've got good units. It's just I seem to have to get pretty close to pity to get anything. So, all right. Hopefully it's Sonya. That'd be great. Yeah, she's good too. Would just like to max out the Sonya. And then once you start getting dupes for SRs that you have completely done, I'm not sure what happens there. I'm not sure what that currency turns into. But once I figure that out, I will put that into a future video. So, yep. Oh man, oh, no way. Yeah, Freya wants to steal all the way. Some people are recommending going for her, and some people are not. I'm 100% recommending going for her. She's only available for 3.5 more days. And it is a pity of 80, so I'm 5 off, yeah. But she is an outstanding unit, an amazing support, brings attack buff, defense buff, pushes turn meter, brings this ability to not let you get crowd controlled, I think is what it does, in this Dreamweave ability. Yeah, purifies debuffs, puts Nightmare on the enemy so they take more damage, and when you hit them, you heal yourself back based on damage. She is just outstanding. She is so good. And obviously, maybe I shouldn't say it, but there's some great reasons that I've seen in comments. There's at least 2 great reasons to pull her, so there you go there, guys. If you haven't seen them, you heard it here first. So we'll go through there, and then, yeah. I don't know if we checked events. Growth boost, nice, awesome to get that. And then this candy party here, this will open up for everyone as long as you're starting within it ends in 16 hours. Oh, that may mean I have 1, 2, 3. If I only get 4 more, I might not finish this. That would be too bad. Because you get these anima tickets here, where you can then go into that anima shop and buy dupes of stuff. So hopefully I can find a way to get 5. I don't know if these refresh every 6 hours, because I've been getting some free pulls here from doing literally nothing, like not even these. They just show up. But hopefully I can get 5 more, because I got 5 of these candy things open. But yep. Anyway, that's all for this one. Thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next video.